Good morning, students. Today, as I promised you yesterday in the last lesson, we will be going for learning the theory X and theory Y, which is propounded by Douglas MacGregor. While formulating this theory or propounding this theory, Douglas MacGregor has coined some assumption in his mind. By assuming that there is a problem of attitude, and there is a saying in English that as your attitude, the same is so your vision. So due to that particular concept is the psychological matter, and he opined that there will be two categories of attitudes do exist among the people in this world. Some people will have positive attitude and some people will have negative attitude. Mostly it is observed that majority of the people do have negative attitude. At the same time, he also opined that the attitude depends upon the circumstances, the situations, the potentialities, the abilities, skills and so many other factors. A person may be a negative attitude at a particular instant, may turn out to be a positive attitude after some time in a different situation by giving the set of environmental conditions. Now let us go towards this theory. Here, when we are discussing about the managerial styles, as I have already explained yesterday, that a manager needs to manage the people. While managing the people, the manager himself or herself is also as a human being do have some attitude. The way the manager looks or the leader looks towards those subordinates or the employees under him or her will have some impact over the way of the managerial style. For example, if the manager feels that some of the employees or most of the employees to whom to be get managed is having negative attitude, then automatically he prefers to think that these subordinates whom I supposed to control will have these characteristics. What I have written as the assumptions. These are merely assumptions of the manager, basing upon his or her attitude towards the people who are supposed to work under that manager. For example, if the same manager feels that in a positive manner that my people who have positively attituded people towards the work under my control and to whom I have to lead or manage, then automatically the positive attitude of the manager will endeavors into the positive way of thinking towards the employees who are supposed to be controlled or to be managed or led by the manager or the leader. So taking those things into consideration, if the manager thinks that my controlled or my subordinates who are having negative attitude, then what likely the factors he or she may consider while thinking that my subordinates are going to be negative attitude people. Then what the manager thinks? The people are lazy and always possible that they can avoid the work as much as possible. Average human beings are lazy and absconding from the work. That was the original assumption given by Douglas MacGregor. We have transformed into from the manager perspective. If the manager opines that or attitudes that the attitude of a manager is negative towards the employees, he or she feels that my people are lazy and if possible they avoid work. Means if the manager is negative, the thinking is also negative. Second one, it needs to be controlled and directed, and he strongly feels that no, my employees are not that much of self-directed or self-controlled, so they need to be controlled and directed by me only. That is also a negative thinking. Third one, he also feels that until and unless I put pressure on my employees, they don't work, they don't improve their performance, then coercion is required. What the manager feels, there is a need of coercion. Next, expects more and contributes. This is also a feeling of a negative attitude on the part of the manager also. If the manager feels that no, my employees expect a lot and they don't contribute anything, This is also a feeling. So basically, why this discussion about theory X under the assumptions is, if the manager is having negative attitude towards the employees or the people to get managed under him or her, if having negative assumptions, negative opinion, negative attitude, then these are the following caricatures will be kept in mind by the manager. On the other hand, if the manager thinks that my people are having positive attitude, means he is also having positive attitude. When he is in positive attitude, everything appears golden before his eyes or her eyes. He feels that my people always like work, they have good work culture, and they need very good appreciation from my point of view. If this is the positive attitude, he feels that my people are workaholic, work oriented. And he also feels that self-directed. My people never needs any direction. They are capable of doing this. They are self-directed, self-controlled, self-manageable conditions and potentialities among themselves. They know everything about themselves. They know their plus and they know their minus. They know their strengths and weaknesses also. There is not that much of need for me to manage them. That is also a positive. He also feels that my people are highly ambitious, creative and innovative, and there is no dearth of any idea provision to my people. They themselves are think pots. They think always out of the box. They are innovative and creative. They do whatever they want in the favor of the organization. Like that, if they feel, that is also one assumption. Now, if considering these assumptions as theory X assumptions and theory Y assumptions, which are under negative attitude and positive attitude respectively, now it is basing upon the attitude of the people and basing upon the attitude of the manager. If everything is going wrong and with a negative attitude, then the manager also designs some strategy or plan of action. So according to that plan of action, in order to control as per the feeling of the manager to people who are having negative attitude, what he thinks, what he or she supposed to plan out, they will plan out on a different way. Because people are not so easy to get the work done. They are lazy, they need control, they are not self-directed, they expect a lot and contributes less. Then what happens? They will go for extrinsic motivational factors. Extrinsic motivational factors. They will apply extrinsic motivational factors like positive or negative motivational strategies. They promise, I will give you bonus, I will give you promotion, I will make you sometime like this, I will be providing you some non-financial fringe benefits, I will provide you financial fringe benefits, like that. By way of showing those chocolates or showing those financial fringe benefits and non-financial fringe benefits as motivators extrinsically, and they can correct the attitude of the people and they can turn them towards positive attitude, towards the work and work culture. For example, if the manager feels no, the financial fringe benefits and non-financial fringe benefits positively cannot work out, then they will adopt negative. Basically and mostly they adopt negative only because their basic attitude is also a negative. So they feel that no, I should threaten them. I can remove you from job. I can cut an increment of you. I can stop your bonus. I can cut your non-financial fringe benefits if you can't work. Like that. Some threatening may also be applied. So there is a combination. Even though the managers do have negative attitude, it feels that the employees are having negative attitude towards the work and work environment in the organization or in the group, then they can apply either financial or non-financial fringe benefits or sometimes having negative non-financial actions also. So like that, they can go for rectifying the behavior by thinking that their employees are having negative attitude. On the other hand, if the manager feels that my people are having positive attitude, I need not stress more because they know everything. They like work, they are self-directed, they are self-controlled, they are highly creative, they are aware of their own, and so on and so forth. Then what he or she as a manager will do? Nothing to do. They will on the other hand ask and participate among with the employees of the group or the department or the organization as a cog along with them, and solicits high cooperation and coordination, and provides too much responsiveness as a parent and also as a guardian, and safeguards the entire interests of the employees from time to time, and sometimes directs also in an indirect manner, and provides much support to the employees, because that fellow is having positive attitude, thinking that the employees are also in positive attitude. So this is the basic difference here. So basing upon either the negative attitude on the part of the manager or the positive attitude among the managers, taking this into consideration, the particular managerial style is supposed to be applied here, right? So this is the way how the theory of X and Y is going to be prepared. Now generally it comes to a question mark. When there is theory X and theory Y, maybe there is theory Z also, because we are using theory X and theory Y. So there is a question, if there is theory Z, yes, there is theory Z. Then what is theory Z? The theory Z is a combination of Japanese management model plus United States of America management model, US management model. It's a combination of Japanese management model and US management model, or United States management model. A combination of these two. And if you refer the theory of management angle, most of the theories and management literature has been much debated and contributed by United States of America. And because of capitalism, United States of America has been the initiator of the concepts of management with the different parameters and applications. Later, after the Second World War, it has been renownedly debated among the Japanese people, and they led for their own way of methodology of applying the management, and they inculcated the Japanese management models. Whatever they have been discussed by Americans and the other countries have been completely transformed to suit the needs and culture of the Japanese, and they have prepared Japanese model. So during this course of time, what happened is they have contributed the theory Z. So during the course of the theory Z, what discussions they have given? They have preferred quality, they have preferred morality, they have preferred sustainability, they have preferred ethics and moral values, and so on, so factors. So taking all those things into consideration, there was a separate management theory under the name of theory Z. So basically, theory X and theory Y are the motivational area of theory, but the theory Z is not that much. It is referred to the quality management, it is referred to the morality management, it is referred to the ethics and morals management, and having a good work culture with a positive contribution as well as positive lookout towards the management of the organization. Henceforth, theory X and theory Y have been enunciated as one of the most important aspects, because basing upon the attitude of the manager, the characteristics have been assumed by the manager towards the employees. If the manager is in negative attitude, it appears to be negative among the employees or the subordinates to whom they are supposed to get managed. And if the manager is having positive attitude, they will go for thinking of the positiveness among the employees, and they can go for more and more direct and indirect support and create more cooperative environment, hygienic environment in the organization, and good work culture, good work ethics and whatnot, everything in support of those employees, because the manager himself or herself is in reeling under positive attitude. And to create a sustainable positive environment, most of the times this is required on the part of the managers to have positive attitude rather than the negative attitude. But still, basing upon the things, some of the models what we have discussed earlier, that is autocratic model, democratic model, paternalistic model, management by walking around like that, laissez-faire model, here the managers do have their option. In order to get managed with people who may have having the negative attitude, they can go for the adoption of authoritarian model or autocratic model. And if the people feel that no, they can go for democratic model. They can apply in the case of theory Y model, they can go for adoption of paternalistic model. They can go for management by objectives. They can go for management by walking around. So, how you see the things? The same perception. Here the basic thing is how you perceive about your people. If you perceive the people with a negative attitude, it appears to be negative. If as a manager you perceive with a positive attitude, it appears to be positive. Basing upon that, the selection of the managerial style is depends upon. Tomorrow we will go for the discussion of other more concepts under this concept. Thank you very much.